when I started working at Leaders, I was just 15 years old. And you would have thought that I was about 19 or 20. But I carried myself in that way to know that I could get a job and I could move from that plateau to something else, but I never did. It looked like I got grounded and rooted in that situation. But I still owe it all to Reba Campbell, which the woman that really hired me. And she led me into knowing what is right and what is wrong. My boss, which was Reba Campbell, said, Ernestine, I would like for you to go to night school. So I would go to night school, and I finished. I got my GED, and I felt like, okay, I got it going on, and I know I got it going on now. So I felt good about me and my job that I had, and working with ladies that I felt that God had put me with, because they were the kind of nurturing women. They didn't look down on me. Back in 1957, you would have thought that, oh, a little black girl, and they didn't have no use for her, so da 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 da. They didn't treat me like that. They treated me like a human being. And if it was anything that any of them could do for me at that time that I was down there, they did it. And so I said, okay, this is the way of life. So I never saw the things that other people saw that would cause them to be mean, hateful, and that kind of stuff. No, I didn't grow up being. I always grew up being trying to be loving. And everybody I met, I always would leave with a good impression that I have left me with them for eternity. When I started working there, I was a stockroom girl. And Mrs. Gurney, Senator Gurney's wife, came in with Sarah. And I had some Bobby Brooks items that I had brought over. So she said, young lady, she said, what all you have to go with that, that skirt and that blouse? And I told her, and I went back over to the stockroom, and I brought all the stuff that went with it. So I was over there so long. I knew I was really getting so nervous, because I knew Reba was going to come back to get me to find out what was going on. But at that time, we just had that little old tablet that we would write down if the blouse was $2.98 or the blouse was. But see, I hadn't had that terminology of learning how to do 5 numbers together. But like I would do $2.98 and $2.98, I add that up, and then I put it over here on the paper so I know what that was. And so Elder, which was working there, she was keeping up with the prices that I had done. So I said, oh Lord, what is going on here? So Reba come, and she was real loud. Ernestine? And I said, yes, ma'am. She said, what is holding you up over here? I said, Reba, I said, this lady keep asking me for different things. And so Miss Gurney said, I want her to wait on me. And Reba said, okay. So I kept waiting on Miss Gurney. Now that was during the Christmas holidays, because Sarah was getting ready to go back to school in January. So she said, okay. So Elder I would notice that she would write down, and she'd go over there on that little ad machine. So she would be adding up what I did. So she said to me, now I would like some lingerie. I didn't know beans about no lingerie, because but I knew I had to buy bras and that kind of stuff. And so I would notice what the ladies would do when they were selling stuff. So I caught on to what was going on. So I was able to sell her lingerie. I sold her the whole 9 yards for Sarah to go back to school. So Reba came back over there again. And so I said, now, is it anything else you need, ma'am? And she said, well, I think you have done me a yeoman's job. So she says, tell me how much I owe you. Now, see, at that time, I was so dumb with it, because I was just, I would say, right out of 8th grade. So when I went there, so Reba came, really, she was good. She helped me and showed me how to add up on that little ad machine, that we could do what we needed to do to get the lady. So it came to $300, I never forget it, $350. Back there in 1957, that was a lot of money. And so Reba said to me to tell her what it was, and I told her. So she said, do you want cash or you want a check? And I looked back at Reba, and Reba said, whatever. I said, well, whichever you want to do, ma'am. I said, you can do it. So she says, I tell you what, when I come back here again, she wrote me a check. She said, when I come back here again, I want you to wait on me. So I said, oh, Lord have mercy. So that was the first sale that I had working at Leaders. But that first sale got me in January to work every Friday. But every Friday I worked. You know, I made more money than any of those ladies on that floor on just Friday. And if it was during the week, I made it. And Miss Taylor, I think she got a little angry with me about doing that. But it was not like I wasn't there to take a job from them because we wasn't working on commission. But I had, I guess, a presence of God or somebody on my side. I would say, good morning. And they would say good morning back to me. And then we would venture off. And I said, is there anything you need? She said, yes, I need this and that. So I would get it for her and I would sell it. But I learned how to do the cash register really quickly. And I got that done. And to this day, that has been some learning experience that I've had that take me down the road that I'm at right this minute. But I just say I thank God for all of the things that he has done for me and in my life, and the people that he has put in my life for me to be the woman that I am today. So as working at Leaders, I felt that that was a job that put my feet on a solid foundation that I could be able to work anywhere I wanted to go. I never, out of this day to this day, I never had to go look for a job. Walking that beat one time was all that I needed.